This is your primary water capture feature of the street. There's a valve in here to clean it. Pull it out, shake out the debris, put it back in. Make sure that the top where it says open and closed are pointing towards the inlet, and the outlet are pointing towards your pipes. And that's it. This is your street feed bypass station. Turn this valve open to feed your pond, and this valve closed. Otherwise, this valve stays in the on position and this valve stays in the off position. If this valve is on, it feeds the tanks. This is the line from the sump pumps to the pond. This will not be used. It can be capped or cut off. It makes the pumps work too hard. They are able to get up there, but there's no logic in doing that. This 2-inch pipe is the line from the street. The 1-inch line going up is the irrigation pipe. The 1.5-inch line going up is the sump line. This is 4,995 gallon tanks. No permit is required, as no single tank is more than 5,000 gallons. The tanks will overflow from the street or from the sump pump eventually. This is the overflow. It must not get covered up. That's why there's an opening at the top in case the bottom gets plugged. The water cannot be stopped. This opening is your dry well, sort of as an overflow receptacle. These other overflows have screens in them. Eventually the screens have to be. This is a manual on-off for gravity of the pump, or the tanks. That's just gravity feeding tank water. The tanks join together at the bottom so they drain and fill equally. The 1.5-inch line is from the pump, the sump pump system. The 2-inch line is from the street. The 3/4 line is the float switch feed, and there's an on-off gate valve for it. If you're ever going to service the valve, be sure to turn this off. This is your first flush sediment trap. It needs to stay open about like that, so that it self-drains between rains. This is your tank level gauge. To operate the tank level gauge, turn this valve into the on position. I recommend leaving it in the off position so animals don't drain your tanks by chewing through the cord. This is a clean out from the city water. Sanitary Y on the 2-inch line is for clean up muck from the city water. This is the lines going to the Gould's pump is the 1-inch line. To the tank from the city water is the 3/4-inch line. The exterior controls. The 1/2-inch ball valve is a direct line from the pump. Move water out under significant pressure. This is a gate valve for the line out for the irrigation. If you're having troubles or you need to service something, you can either turn it off here or inside. This is a check valve. None of this should need to be serviced. This is your Gould's pump. This has a pressure sensor that periodically would need to be replaced. You can order it online. Controller has a box on the side that will give you error codes based upon the status indicator. This is an on-off valve for the exterior. This is a water meter, flow meter. Everything's marked. This is the inline from the tanks. This is also a check valve. Your sump pumps get left on year-round, plugged in all the time. To test them, you simply spray water in either to the drain opening We're just into the French drain, and after a few minutes you'll hear the pump operate. The pump and the city water lead first to the first flush that has a ball valve in it, and then the cleaner water diverts to the tank. This landscape clean out is essentially a debris trap for the sump pump from water that may sheet across the landscape.